everyone. It's Stasha Erickson. I hope you're all doing well today. I just want to say thank you again to everybody who's been reaching out to me with prayers and support and positive messages. And I especially want to continue to thank everybody who is getting involved in the GoFundMe project for my Mandela Effect book that I'm in the process of writing. I was happy to say that I actually met my initial goal yesterday. So thank you so much to everybody who donated. This whole project and me moving to California and everything has happened in like 1 week. So I will get back to everybody. I did find a way that I could see who was anonymously donating, and I will send you guys some private messages and so I can get your mailing address or email address to be able to send you the final copies of the book. I actually got a message from GoFundMe saying because my book was in an educational section and that I plan to continue to make educational text out of this project, that they said even though I exceeded the goal, that they would give me the thumbs up to keep rising up the goal if the interest in the project kept rising. Apparently, the project was trending with like 76 shares yesterday, and it was trending on GoFundMe, so thank you guys so much. I don't know if part of it is because a lot of you feel for my situation, or if it's because the Mandela effect is rising so rapidly. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But no matter what it is, it just confirms that I'm on the right path and that I'm very motivated to do this for you guys. The biggest problem I have about getting books done is having the time and money to do it. And so that's why I did my first 2 books last year, totally out of my own pocket and out of my own time. And it took a while. But with all of your support and all of your help, it will be, we will be able to complete this Mandela Effect book in no time. And so I've continued to increase the goal from 500 up to 800. And the reason I'm doing this is that every single day I am receiving tons of messages from all of you guys with your different Mandela Effect stories and suggestions and residual evidence. So I feel like I'm kind of being called to continue to keep writing a series about these books. So I will keep this GoFundMe project going as long as I can. And basically, as each volume of the series becomes complete, those of you who donated will then soon have access to the books themselves. There's a lot that goes into self-publishing. You know, I have to self-publish this on Amazon. I don't have a book deal or anything cool like that. So there is a lot that goes into it, and the process does take a while. So please be patient with me for those of you who did donate, because the book will still take some time to get completely right, proofread, edited, formatted into the right style, and then it has to be approved by Amazon to make sure there's no plagiarism. And because this is a more educational text that I'm writing, there's a lot of referencing that I have to do. I have to do a massive reference section so that nobody says that I didn't give them credit, et cetera, et cetera. Plus I have all the messages from all of you guys with your personal stories, so I don't want to leave any of you out either. So if you've been messaging me since September of last year, please know I've never deleted a single message unless it was a crazy troll. Everybody who sent me a residual story or a theory or their own experiences, I have this massive folder that I've been saving all of your emails in. I've done about 20 Mandela Effect videos, really, that's all I've done, and each one of those videos has like hundreds and hundreds of comments. Some of them I have to keep just disabling comments temporarily, or letting them go wild temporarily, because the troll attacks come in waves. So that's why I want to make these books, because YouTube is a very toxic place right now, and I want to educate people first and foremost. And I believe that this Mandela Effect is so much more than we think. And I'm also the first person to say that I don't know what it is either. So with the increase of the goal to the Mandela Effect book project, I will be able to kind of break this book down into 3 different volumes. The first one being kind of my introduction to the Mandela Effect, how it came to me, how it came about, et cetera, and then lots of different stories and stuff sprinkled in. It's more of like an introduction to the Mandela Effect so that people don't get really freaked out by it, because a lot of people do. Second book I think would be really good to focus on theories. I have a video on the donation page itself that I made about a year ago, and it talks all about the top 25 theories that I've collected that the Mandela Effect could be caused by. So again, it's going to be a very open-minded series covering all bases. Then the third series, because the notes never stop coming, and because I want books to be I want you to be able to read and absorb and understand what's going on here. If you look at the history of the 2 books I've written on Amazon, they're pretty short and they're to the point. So I think the final book might end up being something kind of like a Mandela Effect encyclopedia, and it will kind of be like all effects in alphabetical order with residual evidence, the before, the after, sprinkled in with personal stories. Because that's how much research I have right now, you guys. I have about a half a terabyte full of Mandela Effect research. It's insane. God called me to be one of the voices of this project, and I'm not one with 100,000 subscribers. I'm not somebody with hundreds of videos on Mandela Effect. But the ones that I've made apparently have made a really big impact on a lot of people, and I guess that I have a very balanced perspective. I grew up in a background of living in Hollywood, California, and working for MTV and totally being part of the system, and then doing a complete 180 and leaving all materialism behind and just focusing on research and God and truths and history. So, it's kind of a natural graduation for me to kind of take things to this level. And I just don't trust the internet. The AI has taken over everything. So, anyhow, I just really wanted to say thank you guys again for all your donations. Just an update to let you know that if you're on the fence about being part of the project, just please understand that this is going to be an ongoing thing. I welcome all suggestions, all stories, all residual evidence from all of you so that we can make this book for all of us. I don't want it just to be from my perspective, because then someone will just call me another tinfoil hat. I've heard it all, So this is a project for all of us. And I really decided that if this book becomes popular or is successful in any way, shape, or form, and once I've kind of covered all costs that it cost me, that I plan to give back a portion of the proceeds. I get paid once a month on Amazon. So once the book is complete and it gets out there, then I will basically set up kind of a little fund for anybody who's going through something really tough in their life, because I feel like a lot of people came to me to help me because I was going through some tough things in my own life. And I just think it's really important that we continue to give back to others. And so when the proceeds of the books finally start coming in, I don't know, maybe I'll start do a YouTube video I think it was KJ from The Scariest Movie Ever. He went through some really bad medical procedures and couldn't afford his medical bills, and people had donated a lot to him because he kind of never asked for anything before. And once his medical bills were paid, he had a lot left over, and so he put up this video saying, hey, if anybody out there is in a situation that you feel like you could really use some money to help yourself and your family to get out of something, unavoidable or difficult for you, then please leave your story or send me a private story or leave a story in the comments below, because I would like to then give a big donation back to the community that, first of all, brought this phenomenon to my attention, and second of all, those of you who just continue to support me through all that I do. So that's really what I wanted to say. I just really wanted to say thank you to everybody again, understand a little bit about where this project is going, what my intentions are. I'm not out for gain. I'm out for truth, and I'm out for justice, and I'm out to help each and every one of you. So this is just a little thank you video again, a little intro video I'm going to put on YouTube and put on the GoFundMe page. But I'm about 10 days away before I leave to California, and I'm kind of already packed. I'm a very simplistic person. If you watch my videos, I'm kind of wearing the same 3 sweaters every day. I don't care so much about that kind of stuff. So I'm already packed already for California, and now I'm just kind of sitting here waiting to go, which is really hard. So I'm going to kind of embrace myself and immerse myself in making a ton of the smallest little Mandela Effect videos that I can out of all this research that I have. Because every time I complete a video and I put it up there and you guys give me feedback, it gives me more content to put, connect the dots of this theory and put everything back together and put the puzzle pieces together. And I have a lot of theories that I really can't wait to share with all of you. And for those of you who still, get a little turned off if I mention God or I mention Christianity, please just feel my heart and feel my intention and understand where I'm going with this. Religion affects this whole world, and it's dividing the whole world. So I felt that it was my duty to embrace the religion that kind of dominated the whole country where I came from, and that's America. But I've also lived in Ireland, and I've also lived in places that are very, very religious. So I know this causes a divide. I never say that I believe anything, or I never say that I believe everything from the Bible. I'm the first person to kind of admit that it's been manipulated throughout time. One of my little theories actually is that the Bible is in the middle of being changed back to its original state, because Constantine and the Council of Nicaea heavily, heavily edited and changed that book. So I have a really big and strong faith in God. There's nothing that will unshake that. But I think there's a lot more going on than we can't even begin to fathom. So, I was called by God to do healings for many years. I was called by God to do classes for many years. I was called by God to do exorcisms for many years. I've kind of done it all, and now I'm at the point where, I'm going to be 40 soon. I've got an 18 and a 20-year-old. I'm at the point where I just kind of want to sit down and bear things down and focus on the future and what matters. And it almost makes me want to stop doing past life readings, because I just don't even know that looking back matters anymore. I feel like we're coming into this big reset coming up here in April, and several other spiritual teachers that I've talked to have felt the same way. So I think we have to just keep focusing on all the positive stuff, get the information out there, help as many people as we can. Just because all of us that watch these videos heard of the Mandela effect does not mean that even half the world has any idea of what we're talking about. And if we allow the mainstream media to take control of this narrative like they do with even our own president of the United States, imagine what they can do to a bunch of us conspiracy theorists, tinfoil hat wearing people. So I feel good about our future, though, guys. For those of us that have awakened and been called crazy all these years, I think that's all about to change, because the truth is coming out. And although the past doesn't matter, I do know that I've lived many times, and I I vividly recall the majority of my past lives, and I've been here many times. And so, although I get very down and very sad at times, my true self is very strong and knows exactly what's going on. It's the human, emotional side of me when I see how humanity's crumbling and being divided by things like television. And when I spent 10 years of my life working in television thinking that stuff was cool, now I see it all from a different lens. And I understand now why I worked there, so that I could see and understand the bigger picture, you know? So just hold faith, guys. Like, I see people and relationships and the world crumbling all around me. But I also see things like Mount Etna taking off. And even though it's super scary with all this lava happening and those BBC reporters should not have been there, I could see what Mother Earth was doing. She was rebuilding the surface of the earth. As a volcano expands and it spreads, it heats and cools and then becomes rock again. Much like the Giant's Causeway that we went to in Ireland many years ago. So volcanic rock and stuff, it can heat and then cool again, and then it becomes new land. So I feel like under the surface, all these underground bases, all these underground worlds and cities, I think they're going to kind of rise up from the ashes out. Truth will come out. There was a huge statue of Pharaoh that was unearthed the other day in Cairo. Secrets are coming to the surface, so let's not be afraid. We're only afraid of the world that we have known for so long changing. And let's just say this world hasn't been so great. So let's get back to the truth. Find out what the true story of humanity was before it was manipulated. And that's what this is all about for me. And I think the Mandela effect has a lot to do with it. So thank you guys for your support. I love you all so much. I got lots of Mandela effect videos to do. I'm just going to compile as many as I can up until the day that I leave, to kind of show you guys what to expect in the content of this book. And for those of you who have been on the fence about even knowing what I'm talking about or wanting to contribute in any way, maybe you'll understand a little bit more. I do have a playlist on this YouTube channel called The Mandela Effect. Take some time and look through some different perspectives, because I'm a really open-minded person with a pretty diverse background, and I'm really not judgmental at all. So I welcome all comments. I just don't welcome attacks. So trolls, find another channel. Find somebody with like 50 or 100,000 subscribers. Don't pick on me with just 2,000 subscribers. And I have to say, these 2,000 of you that have been with me, most of you have been with me since 2012. And that, I feel that, you know? And so I don't need 20,000 or 200,000 people to find my messages and find my videos. I just need the right ones to find them, and the right people who are balanced and grounded, that when they share this information, their positivity and the truth about what's really going on can just spread out to the universe and ripple out and make a difference. Okay? We are powerful creators in our own little way. We are not God. We are not gods, but we are children of Him, which means we have His powers too. Just like human beings pass their genes down to their children, it's no different. So just know that, you know, stop trying to find this I'm my own God thing. Just let God come to you, and He'll start telling you how you got here in the first place and why He created you, because He loves you so much, and so do I. Sorry, I'm no makeup and smoking a cigarette for all of you, but this is how I roll. I'm under a lot of stress, and I'm every day I'm trying to be more real with you guys, you know, because this is what we need right now in this world. We need truth. We need each other, and we need love and support. So thank you all so much. I'll put links in the description box below for the Mandela Effect book project on GoFundMe.com. And throughout the week, or whatever days I can handle, I will get as many Mandela Effect videos up for you as soon as possible. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Seriously do. Thank you so much. Love and peace. And ha det bra fra Norge, which means goodbye from Norway.